I was on top. I was feeling good.
Careful, relax a little bit.
Gatorade signed me. You can't get really much better than that.
I have a Jack King. I told you, patience is a virtue, he sucks.
But then demons started creeping in and depression hit me. It came out of nowhere. I pride myself to keep moving forward in tough situations, but I couldn't stop it no matter what I tried to do. The more I pushed for it to go away, it came stronger and stronger until it beat me to my knees. The moment I try to get up, I'm getting beaten down again. It was so dark, it felt like I was in hell. You get over the pain, and before you know it, you're back in the pain. That's what it felt like. It was torture. And I said to myself, I don't want to box no more. I'm done. This is not even me. And I told my mom, I need help.
I'm so proud of my son for everything he's gone through and, overcome. It's amazing. It's an amazing journey.
In boxing, more than most sports, feelings can be mislabeled as weakness. Garcia knows better because he understands the power that can be culled from facing and reconciling an unseen opponent.
The camera captures Ryan Garcia in a distinct rhythm now, and it is clear from the very start. There is no hurry, no extra talk, only consistent effort and deep focused expressions as training camp settles into a demanding, serious routine. The speed is still there, obviously, but now it's paired with patience. Ryan's focusing on positioning, on staying balanced after every punch, on not giving anything back for free.
Drive, good work. Woo. I'm 215 pounds, you pulling me like,
Once he gets in that mode, it's over.
Look good.
I got numerous NFL guys, MLB guys, and he has a mindset far beyond all of them kids, which is crazy. Go. He's gonna be as fast as he can be, as strong as he can be. We're gonna get the knockout.
Go.
10 more. 10 more.
10 more.
Go, ready, go. There you go.
Even when I'm tired, 10 more. 10 more. Until I've done 1 million.
I messed with the wrong Instagram fighter.
And after I beat him, 10 more. That's my mentality, right?
Facing Mario Barrios, this is crucial. Barrios is tall, resilient, and at ease when bouts extend into difficult later rounds. Ryan understands this training phase is not for highlights, but for control. You observe it in sparring as he builds combinations rather than chasing a single knockout punch.
Garcia started boxing early, at age 7. He trained under his father Henry, while the rest of the family provided never-ending support.
My dad created a shed for us to train in. It was like a little barn. It was funny, I was always seen as somebody that was destined to make it. In my family, they just always felt like I was gonna have an impact on boxing. There's been times in my life that I've said to myself, you better push it. You better win. Like my mom and dad, they gave their whole salary to this one tournament. We drove all the way over there. It was cross country. And I said to myself, if I lose in this tournament and I gotta do this long ride back home, it's just gonna be torture. So I swear on my life, nobody was beating me. And I actually fought a southpaw. Guess what I did to him? Punished him. And came back with the national title.
This is evident in training, where defense follows offense instantly, not as a reaction. There is a quiet sharpness to his movement. Like a man who knows exactly what is on the line and feels no need to proclaim it.
It's over now. It's over now. That energy! He's getting destroyed. He's getting destroyed. 14. I don't care about the story no more. It's coming to an end. It's done. It's finished. Put in stake in it. Done. No more story. You had a good run, like I told him. It was a nice little cute story. It's over with now.
It's over.
I got a longer story. That's the difference. His chapter's done. He had a fun little one, a little cute one. He did good for his city.
This entire preparation seems purposeful, even controlled. It is as if Ryan must first prove something to himself before proving anything to anyone else. It focuses less on spectacle and more on total preparedness. And that fundamental change could be the most formidable aspect of this new Ryan Garcia.
Cut 5 to 10 pounds the last week of the fight, but during that week, you lose your strength. We ain't losing no strength. We doing this the right way. He's eating right. He has the nutrition on point. We're doing the strength and conditioning on point. We're way ahead of schedule. We're ready to fight right now if we needed to, and we still got 3 weeks left. That's the crazy part. Keeping the focus, we're keeping it strong, we're keeping it powerful, we're keeping it explosive. Man, we're just excited for this fight.
While Ryan Garcia sharpens his speed and control, Mario Barrios trains like a man who has already weathered the storm and knows exactly how it feels. The work is not flashy, but it carries weight. He focuses on long rounds, constant pressure, and fundamentals that remain solid when the fight turns difficult.
That don't fade when the fight gets uncomfortable.
Why am I doing this? Why didn't I stay in school? Days and workouts like that, they push you to a mental where you really have to question, like, why am I doing this? For me, I have a couple of reasons. For myself, I've been in boxing since I was 6. I have love for this game. Some fighters, Pacquiao, for example, I think that's what it is. You just have love for the sport. You can't get enough of it. This shit sucks. Have a love-hate relationship with this guy. But everything just...
Barrios is drilling behind his jab, closing the distance, patiently working the body, and then returning upstairs. These are the habits that do not trend online but win the championship rounds. You can sense his experience in his movement. Calm feet, composed eyes, and no motion is wasted. This training camp is built on durability and disciplined strategy. He knows Ryan's speed cannot be chased. It must be systematically managed.
More is said than done, and today a hell of a lot is getting done. Let's get it.
Yep. Good work.
I say it often, but I have confidence in my preparation. You know, I'm making sure I'm on top of everything.
Even as the bigger fighter, Barrios remains acutely aware of his opponent's near-perfect knockout rate.
He is not trying to outsparkle anyone. He is working to stay present for every single moment and to punish mistakes the instant they appear. His confidence is quiet, but firm, like a man who trusts his preparation more than any predictions. He has faced elite fighters, felt real power and real pressure, and that history shows in how seriously he is treating this moment. This is not about surprises. It is about pure readiness for when the fight begins to ask its hardest questions.
For blows, but to withstand.
It's a neck exercise right here, so this is just, gotta have a strong neck to take shots, and we've been putting more emphasis on that this camp than I think he's ever done his whole career, so. All right, let's get it. Shoulders back, good, great back, and good. This is a tough opponent, and he needs to take things to another level. Mario has to be in great shape, and he has to be able to move around the ring the whole fight, and use...
And just when you think the focus is fixed on Mario Barrios grinding quietly and following every rule, Wade Plemons shifts the view and asks the difficult question everyone is avoiding. Is Ryan Garcia truly respecting the danger before him, or is he treating this like another content chapter instead of a championship moment? This is what I appreciate about Wade's perspective, because he is not yelling hot takes. He is examining patterns. He observes Ryan with the backpack, the double microphones, the streaming, the theatrics, and he's essentially pointing out that we have all seen this exact movie twice before.
Joe's a traitor for training Mario Barrios after training Ryan Garcia. He's trying to make a living as well. He's got to continue training fighters. If someone like Barrios comes to him, I know every coach has a different rule about this, but if you don't have ties to the fighter that you used to have ties to, I don't see a problem with training another fighter, as long as you're doing it ethically and you're not like poaching and like getting insiders in camp.
When Ryan is chaotic yet sharp as he was before Haney, he is lethal. When he is quiet but flat like before Raleigh, he seems hesitant. So Wade is not hating, he is diagnosing. And when he calls Barrios the most available champion, that is not disrespect, it is context. Availability does not mean vulnerability, it means opportunity. And those are the fights that can ruin a career if you approach them casually. I also appreciate how Wade emphasizes the Joe Goosen factor, because that is where this stops being a simple punch speed debate and becomes a strategic chess match with documented history.
I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking, well, what the heck's going on here? Why would a coach that trained my son all of a sudden turn around and train somebody else to go against my son? He's done this in the past. But I also remember that he told me specifically that when Ryan is 100%, no one can beat him. And I'm gonna tell you this right now.
When Wade Plemons jokes that Ryan needs manufactured motivation like a Jordan-era grudge, it sounds funny, but it is true. Some fighters require chaos to flip their switch. The unsettling part is Barrios does not. Mario Barrios is calm, experienced, and very content to let his opponent burn energy. Meanwhile, Ryan Garcia is the explosive talent walking into a disciplined trap. 8-ounce gloves, ego sparks, press conference, antics, it all creates noise, but Wade keeps returning to the same point. This is a cannot-miss moment for Ryan. Not due to hype, but because boxing stops forgiving you once the excuses begin to pile up. That is the tension now. Fireworks are promised, yet discipline will decide who walks away with the championship belt.
Massive opportunity. No one obviously ever wants to lose a fight, but I feel like this is a can't lose for Ryan Garcia. You cannot lose this.
I'm sorry, Mario, I forgot you. Oh no, here you go, Mario.
Right.
There you go. 8 ounce or 10 ounce. He picked 8. So we're not even gonna give it to him. Actually, you know what? You already made your decision.
All right.
And right after Wade Plemons finishes examining the chaos around Ryan like a man tapping glass to see what cracks first, the conversation subtly shifts when Mario Barrios and Joe Goosen sit down, sounding like two men who already accepted the coming storm and built a roof before it arrived. What is striking immediately is how Barrios discusses timing, not fear, not hype, just timing. As if this fight happening now fits the natural order of things. That is grown man energy when he states this matchup holds more value currently than it would later. He is essentially saying catch him before the mythology fully hardens. And I appreciate that awareness. And Joe is not defensive at all. He seems almost amused by the drama when he dismisses the entire traitor narrative and asks what the possible upside would even be in sabotaging Ryan. That is a veteran who has been around far too long to be rattled by headlines. What truly matters is how both of them frame Ryan Garcia.
How important is it for you that you need to be decisive in each round, especially against a name guy like that, the popularity, if it does go to 12-round distance?
Oh yeah, no, it's very important. I'm looking to have a very clear and a very dominant, win, whether it's by stoppage or whether it's by decision. And so I know, like, going into this fight, every round is going to be important. Pressing our game plan and pressing everything that.
Barrios does not dismiss him, but he does not romanticize him either. He directly states the Romero fight looked like a guy who mentally checked out when things went wrong. And that is not trash talk. That is scouting. And when he says the goal is to dominate round by round both mentally and physically, you hear a fighter who understands optics matter when you're the champion nobody fully believes in yet. Joe Goosen reinforces that perfectly by refusing to prepare for a broken version of Ryan, stating you must assume you are getting the best Ryan possible or you are already behind. That is discipline. That is structure. No shortcuts exist. The Pacquiao reflections matter too, not as excuses, but as lessons about starting earlier, pressing sooner, and not letting rhythm take time. While Ryan's side is loud and combustible, this side feels like pressure building quietly in a sealed room. No panic, no flexing, just options, adjustments, and clear intent. And that contrast is precisely why this fight feels dangerous in ways people are not fully discussing.
Can you derive certain things that he may or may not do well, or are there faults that he has that you could pick out on that one? But then I gotta assume he's cleaned that up for this fight. So I don't look back and count on him making the same mistakes he made in the last fight. I want to train Mario to face the best Ryan Garcia.
And right after Barrios and Goosen finish, speaking like engineers calmly tightening bolts before launch, the camera swings to Ryan Garcia and the energy flips entirely. Not louder, just more complex. Because when Ryan leans into this whole illusion talk, I do not hear excuses. I hear intent. He is essentially telling you, yes, I am training 3 times daily, while you watch 1 hour of streaming and believe that is the story. That is a magician admitting the misdirection without revealing the trick. When he breaks down the routine early gym boxing work and conditioning stacked on conditioning, it matches what his physique already shows. He is not guessing his way into this fight. And I appreciate how he frames the streaming as promotion, not distraction. That is Ryan stating, I can walk and chew gum. And most fighters still trip over their laces. His confidence about being ahead of the curve feels familiar too, because whether people like it or not, boxing always ends up copying whoever masters attention first.
Almost like you said, a magic trick. But in honesty, we're training really hard. We wake up, we hit the gym right away, 8:30. Then we can do boxing training, hours, running, boom. And then I'll fit in whatever I can with streaming. The streaming takes an hour, hour and a half out of your day. You get content, you boom. It's all part of the show. It's all part of.
The moment with Mario Barrios at the face-off is classic Ryan Garcia. Half joke, half probe, testing reactions, seeing who flinches, even clowning the boots like he is checking for nerves underneath the laughter. But what truly matters is when he talks about Joe Goosen being in the opposite corner and simply shrugs it off with a focus on me. That is growth. The old Ryan would have turned that into a saga. This Ryan sounds centered, almost boring in the best possible way. And when he says winning, this means everything to him, and to his father you can feel that is not promotional talk. That is legacy pressure speaking quietly. Put it all together, and this does not feel like chaos. It feels like controlled chaos. Barrios' side is building walls. Ryan's side is throwing mirrors everywhere. And the unsettling part is both approaches can work. The only remaining question is whose reality survives once the first bell rings.
On me, tightening up my skills, my craft, my game plan, whatever they got, It don't really matter. Once you're in there, whoever comes sharper that day wins.
Yeah. What would it mean to you and Danu, to your dad?
It'll mean everything, man. It's going to be a very emotional moment when it happens, and we are excited for...
So when you line it all up, this fight stops being about hype and starts being about identity. Ryan Garcia is moving like a man trying to master himself before mastering the moment, juggling misdirection, discipline, and pressure without letting one consume the other. Mario Barrios, on the other hand, is standing firm in who he already is, trusting rounds, habits, and experience to expose impatience when it appears. One side is mirrors and timing. The other side is structure and endurance. That is why this matchup feels so volatile, because neither approach is wrong, but only one survives 12 rounds when the noise dies and the fight starts asking real questions, right everyone? Stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Glove Lords and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.